of the morning light, hands raised high in pure delight, thankful whispers in a gentle breeze, grateful heart with such sweet ease. Thank you.
And good morning, everybody. I hope this day finds every one of you doing well. Yeah, I know what time it is. It is time for our daily bread. That's right. Time for the word. Besides, I like to know that Sean knows I'll be paying attention to church on Sundays when I'm there. Good morning.
Through valleys deep and mountains high,
we call this show Decisions. Well, because everything you do in this life requires you to make a decision. And even if you don't make the decision, well, you just made one. So you see, you can't get around it. What happens, though, is what happens after your decisions in life. We all are where we are, good, bad, or indifferent. We all are where we are because of the decisions in life that we have made. Some have been good, some have been not so good. Some we can do over, we wish we could do over, and some we wish we could do again. Either way, all of our lives is a journey of decisions. But right now, we are going to go to our daily bread after I tell you about the weather outside this morning, because it seems to be it's warm outside right now. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, it's a little warm, and it cannot be 89 degrees already. I mean, that's got to be wrong. Okay, that's not right. No, can't be right. Come on, 89. It's not 89 degrees already, is it? Woo! Well, let's hope not anyway. But the forecast for today is some clouds, a stray shower or two, thunderstorms possible, low 74 degrees today. Winds are light and variable. Tomorrow, 42% chance of rain, partly sunny, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, hot, high around 93 degrees, winds light and variable. Okay. And tomorrow night, 17% chance of rain. So it looks like we may have some rain coming in there or something, later on. But for the most part, our weather's the same today as it was yesterday, at least so it seems. Okay, so let us go to our daily bread right quick, and when we come back, we'll talk about things. And I'm giving you guys a treat today. I'll tell you what it is when we finish. Well, before the show gets started in earnest. All right, I'm giving you guys a chance to do something today that I've never done before. But today, I'm going to do it because there's some crazy questions out there they're asking people if they happen to run for office. There's some crazy questions. And I believe there's some crazy people out there that ask the questions too, but that's okay. Crazy people got a right to ask questions too. They might not know why they're asking the questions, but at least they're asking the questions. So that's good. Anyway, so we'll be back. Our daily bread is next. And then don't forget, we got a message of the day. And the message of the day is 6 words. How many words is it going to take to tell your life story? But T.D. Jakes showed us how one man did it in 6 words. We'll be back.
Sometimes our to-do list needs to wait.
Our Daily Bread.
Today's encouragement from the Our Daily Bread devotional was written by James Banks. I headed into the post office in a big hurry. I had a number of things on my to-do list, but as I entered, I was frustrated to find a long line backing up all the way to the door. "Hurry up and wait," I muttered, glancing at my watch. My hand was still on the door when an elderly stranger approached me. "I can't get this copier to work," he said, pointing to the machine behind us. "It took my money, and I don't know what to do." Immediately, I knew what God wanted me to do. So I stepped out of line and was able to fix the problem in 10 minutes. The man thanked me and then left. As I turned to get back in line, guess what? It was gone. I walked straight to the service counter. My experience that day reminds me of Jesus' words in Luke 6, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." My wait seemed shorter because God interrupted my hurry. By turning my eyes to others' needs and helping me give of my time, He actually gave me a gift. And it's a lesson that I hope to remember the next time I look at my watch. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Luke 6, verses 37 and 38. "Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." That was today's scripture reading from Luke 6, 37 through 38. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, all of the time we have is in your hands. It's a gift from you. Please show us how to use it to bring glory and honor to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
have the okay. That's enough. Okay. That's good. The Marines do have the best looking uniform of all the armed services and the United States Navy. Now, they're not too tough at times. I mean, well, the Navy's not tough at all. I mean, we love them, except for the special ops of the Navy. You know, the SEALs. Those guys are pretty dangerous. Okay, but hey, the regular guy, not so much. Um, Now, I think they're brave. I think they're brave because to go out on a boat in the middle of the ocean and where there's no place to go but down. Yeah, yeah, Navy guys, I think they're a little braver than I think it probably takes a little bit more guts to go out there than it does jump out of an airplane. At least if you jump out of an airplane, you end up on the ground. One way or the other, you're going to end up on the ground. Um, but the Navy, yeah, sharks, barracudas, whales, dolphins. I don't know. That's a lot of things I have to put up with in the Navy, but that's okay. We love you anyway. Yeah, I was, yeah, I was, Anyway, we do have a message this morning, and we'll come back to talk about things of life when we get back here a little bit here. But standing Thursday after holding this sign, absolutely, that's what I was doing, and I'm going to do that every day of the week, or at least a couple of days a week. So because to let the people get to know who a brother is. Okay, that's all I'm just saying. So anyway, the today message is 6 words. You'll be surprised in your life how many words it takes to describe your life or the incidents of your life or what has made your life. But you'll be surprised. It don't take a book. Sometimes, as you'll see in this message, sometimes it takes only 6 words. Then after that, we'll talk about other things. Judge Tiffany McCord is seeming to got herself in a little hot water. Don't know exactly what went on, and I can't pretend to be a judge or a lawyer or anything else like that because I don't know what goes on in their world. Lawyers are the only people who, when they do the right thing, you can be brought up on ethics charges, because you win against. Now I don't know what happened. I don't even know, but I mean, in the courtroom, a judge will take you to contempt because you're trying to get some information in the court that the judge don't want you to give, and it's the only job where if you lose your second amendment, not your second, you lose part of your First Amendment rights if you try to talk. It's an amazing job. You become a lawyer to defend everybody else, but then when you step in the courtroom because you are quote unquote a lawyer, you lose a certain amount of your own rights. So oh Lord, it's an interesting profession. I'll say that much. Okay. Anyway, 6 words, and then we'll come back with the start of the day. Now today I've done something I don't normally do. There are a lot of people out there who, when you run for office, they just think they got all the answers. I mean, they come up with some of the most unfounded questions I've ever seen, and my first time doing this, so it's been interesting. So today, I put a link on my Facebook page that if you want to come into the studio, the virtual studio, and ask a question or some people say, well, they won't ever answer the question. There's not a question I won't answer. The problem is you may not like the answer. Okay, you may not like, but because you don't like the answer doesn't make it not the right answer. At least it is my answer. But I left a link out there on my Facebook page, on the top of the page somewhere. Uh, feel free to pop in anytime after I get done with our 6 words. Feel free to pop in anytime. Anybody out there on my Facebook page, you can just pop on into the studio here, and we can have a conversation about anything you want to have a conversation about. That's anybody. That's it. Don't have to be about. It doesn't even have to be about the race or anything like that. It can be about whatever you want to. I'm giving you access to Elk Dog all the way today. All you have to go to the Facebook page, Kevin Elkins. You'll see something that says a long number page is on top of the page that says something IG8, whatever. You just click on it, whammo, it brings you into the studio. Now, okay. Now, how much how much fairer can I be than that? Okay, I'm just saying, how much, well, how much, what else can I tell you? I'm good. Okay, so we can do that. So let us go and to our 6 words, and when we come back, we'll be able to talk to you about just about anything you want to talk about. But right now, how many words tell your life story? Do you need a book? No. Sometimes it can be told in 6 words. We'll be back.
Ernest Hemingway, who was a prolific author and writer, who knew the power of words. Ernest Hemingway made a bet with a group of authors over lunch. And this bet that Ernest Hemingway made with these authors over lunch has become an anecdote about his life. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. And Hemingway took the bet because he was a genius when it came to making words count. He took the bet and he took a napkin and scribbled these 6 words on the napkin that are a powerful story. Here's the 6 words that Ernest Hemingway wrote a short story in 6 words. The words are for sale, baby shoes never worn. That's a powerful story. Everybody in here this morning got a 6-word story. Here's another story that somebody might have. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. There has been a terrible accident. 6 words. Here's my 6-word story. I'm leaving. The marriage is over. Here's somebody else's story. Your position is no longer needed. Here's somebody else's story. I just want to be friends. Here's somebody else's story. The cancer isn't responding to treatment. Six words. Here's somebody else's story. You are not able to conceive. That's somebody else's story. Here's the last story. Here's a rose off the casket. 6 words. Did I say it was over? No, it's not. Because God has 6 words. That's the point of this whole sermon. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Let them fire you on your job. No weapon sown against me will be able to prosper. Let your enemies think they have the upper hand. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. But God will not waste your pain. Go through whatever you got to go through. Cry as long as you think you need to cry. But then pick yourself up, take a bath, put some clothes on, come back to church on Sunday morning and said, I thought I'd never stop crying, but the Lord dried my tears. I thought I'd never laugh again, but here I am in the house of God, testifying that if you trust and never doubt, he will surely bring you out. Somebody got a story that I just mentioned a moment ago.
You know what I've noticed about God's trials? He hardly ever tells you, this is a trial, and if you hold out for 6 months, you'll be through. And some of us get to 5 months and 29 days, and we give up. We didn't know we only had one more day. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. There's no precedent in the Bible for giving up. God determines how long the test will last, not we. Never give up. You cannot bypass endurance. You know whom I'm speaking to at the moment? Me. You cannot bypass endurance and enter into the promises of God. You can come so far, but the completeness is only through endurance. And just when it seems impossible to hold out, that's the time to hold out. Don't give in. I would like to say that to several of you individually. You're in the test. You're doing all right. Just hang in there. Don't back out. Don't give up. God is faithful. I've been asked sometimes if I had a message to leave for posterity, what would it be? I always say I can give it to you in 3 words. God is faithful. God is faithful.
God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Everybody here. Everybody here has a 6-word story. But thank God, that's just one chapter. God has not written the end of the book. Because when you look in the back of the book, There are some answers in the back of the book. If you don't know how things are going to turn out in your life, the answer is in the back of the book. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride dressed up for her husband. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more sorrow or crying, no more pain or death, for the former things are passed away. Behold, we see through a glass darkly, but one day face to face I will know, even as also I am known.
God will not your pain. I never get tired of hearing that. I never get tired. But if you don't look it up, it's T.D. Jakes, I believe, and it's called 6 Words, if you want to hear it in the solitude of your own mind, in your own car, wherever you happen to be traversing to this morning. Anyway, good morning to you. Now, somebody just wrote me a note here. And listen, I feel you on this one. Because when I was out there, asking questions of all of our senatorial candidates, national senators, and county senators. I asked some questions just to see if I could trick a brother. I did. I cannot lie. I did, but I was ignorant then, and like some of you guys are now. And so I'll plead the fifth but now that I tell you what though, I have a greater a greater appreciation for people who run for office. It takes some skin. It takes well, let me put it this way: you can't be soft. You can't be a wuss. Okay, that ain't gonna happen. Because you'll quit 2 days after you 2 days after you join. You'll say, hell with this. But although I'm not a quitter, because I haven't been asked any question that was so deeply probing that it bothered me. I get upset at the dumb questions. Like that. There's this one guy said, "Do you know the job of a city councilman?" And that's a dumb question right there. That's just an out and out dumb question. What he means to say, do you know what I think I know that the job of a city councilman is? See, that's what he should have said. I said, well, no, I know you don't know. See, that's what he should have said. But he always has, do you know? Oh yeah, and tonight, as a matter of fact, thank you for reminding me. There is going to be a forum, not a debate, a forum where you get to know all the people that are running. It's going to be at what is that address over there? It's over there on, or maybe I'll hear from. No school. No, the first day of school ain't. Yeah, that's right. Because KK is he's teaching now. But as I'll get that address before we leave, and I'll put it on the Facebook page. It's gonna. I think all 14 people won't show up. Some people think they don't have to show up. They think they got it in the bag already, so they don't have to. They don't have to come. Well, I'll go anywhere where I can get a word out. Well, I think I'm the better person for the job, and I'm hoping that everybody thinks they are the best person for the job. Because if you don't think you're the best person for the job, then you ought not be running. I'm just saying. So you get to go against people. A lot of people haven't showed up at some of these things, and I think that's kind of arrogant to think that you got it in the bag and you just don't have to show up. I don't mind asking questions, but people have a tendency, if it's not the answer that they want to hear, then they want to call you all kind of names and insult your intelligence, and all those kind of things. And listen, I guess that's just the way it goes. I guess that's just the way it goes. But I don't know. You can. What do you mean? You can barely hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Let me turn my mic up here a little bit. Make sure we are up. Okay. That. Let me see. Let me. I think it's some of you guys out there. Not me. I think it's. I think it's. I think it's. Okay. Let me put that over there a little bit there. Okay. So I think it's you guys, not me. That you don't have your stuff up there, but that's okay. I got this. Okay. Let me see here now. Okay. So can you hear me better now? I hope you can. But anyway, moving right along. Oh, a bit of bad news over the weekend that just kind of I think shocked the town a little bit here. If you have ever eaten at Down the Street Cafe, which is on Zelda Road, um, Gail Royal was the proprietor of that great place. I mean, I I could eat there every day, and it has always been a a pleasure to have lunch or dinner or lunch because they do lunches. Um, I think for about 33 years, she has ran that place, and what a fantastic place to eat at. Not only it is a service for the city of Montgomery to have such a place. It's a great, but anyway, she died, and last week, 2 weeks ago, I asked her about it, and they said she was doing better, uh, and she did pass away on us last week. A longtime Montgomery restaurant owner, Gail Royal, she died at the age of 74, and we are this city has certainly lost a good citizen, somebody who who fed us for years um, out there, and we just appreciate it. Gail's down the street cafe. She died last Saturday, I believe. She will surely be missed. Um, so if you get a chance to just go by there and get something to eat, a lunch, and as a appreciation for her. I think she's right next to on Zellicat. I think that's that. Is that I think it's next to the a car place. And I mean, not a car that sells cars, but a place that fixes cars. You can't miss it though. It's right there. I mean, down street cafes. You I mean, you can't miss it. But I think there's a tire place on the other side of her. I believe over there. Uh, and not only that, you can go there just about any day, and you'll see my good friend Joe Hagler over there. But our prayers and our condolences go out to Gail Royal and her family and her friends and all the customers that came through there over the years, including myself, came through over the years um, and patronized that place. And the food was always good. It was always good. Some restaurants you can go to, and okay, after about 5 or 6 years, you kind of okay, let me move on to another one. you know, but not this one. The food was always good. It just always good. One of the guys that works over there used to work on 740, I think, with John Longshore and those guys, and called the sports shows with some of them. But he Lord knows, I know him real good. Halfway good. I just can't think of his name right now because that kind of shocked me that she passed away because I had just asked somebody, and they said she was doing better. So I don't know, but the good Lord determines these things, and not I, and not us. But anyway, to the customers and to her family and to her friends, our prayers are with you. And I don't know when the service is going to be or anything like that. Um, but she was down there since 1993, and she got here 2 years before I did. So that's about 33 years because I got here in '91. That's about 33 years. She was here. She was here. I used to see her all the time at. She would be going down to that little place where you buy groceries at on Coliseum Boulevard, where I go outlet, whatever the food outlet, and she would be buying stuff for her restaurant. And she will be missed. She will be missed, and the place will be missed. And I know that the people who are there will still carry on her legacy and hot food, good service, and it has a great place. Start yelling so we can hear you. um, it was a great place to do business and to have lunch, and it was just a great. The atmosphere was just one of cordialness and a great place to do it. So don't stop going um, down there. I don't know why y'all can't hear me. Y'all need to turn up y'all's headphones because I'm talking loud. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, Gail's down the street cafe. I think today when I have lunch, I'm gonna go through there just to have lunch, just for the memories and appreciation for the guys who still work there. You know, they still got a job. They still need to eat and survive and things of that nature. So if you get an opportunity, please go down there. And if you've never been there, you will smack yourself because you would have missed something. And so we want you to go by there and see those guys there. A group of really good folks. Uh, yes, Don.
This is a technical thing, so it don't count. But I listen on YouTube, and the volume's fine. Do people listen on Facebook or any other way?
Yeah, Facebook and a couple other
Well,
things.
YouTube is great. So it may be if they're listening on Facebook or something else is bad, but I have no volume problem on YouTube.
Oh,
So that's just a technical thing. Don't worry about it.
ah. Well, I was Don. You said YouTube is fine, so maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's but yeah, YouTube is a place to go. So go to YouTube. You can find me, Elkman0557 on YouTube. That's my channel, and you can just go out there and listen. Now, if you want to chime in on anything, there is a entry on my Facebook page that starts with what does it start with? I think it starts with www.streamyard.com IGA. If you want to click on that, because all of them folks ask me all these questions on the Facebook pages and on the neighborhood box. Now, I don't have time to answer. I can't keep up with all of those things. But now you just click on that little box that says www.streamyard.com, and you can come on the studio. You can come in the studio. You can ask me any question you want to ask me, or ask, or even just ask any question if you want to. You just want to be a temporary guest. That's fine. You know, my computer will tell me that you're down there, and I'll see you, and I'll bring you on in. So no need to hide behind a keyboard anymore. Let us know who you are and what is your question. I mean, just people ask you some dumb questions. You know, I mean, they're just some dumb questions. You know, here's one. What is your platform? Well, how should I know what my platform is if I cannot, until I access the resources that are available to any one city councilman, which is not a whole lot. The only thing I think they have purview over is they got discretionary money. They can give that discretionary money out to certain businesses or organizations within their scope of representation, and that's cool. But other than that, you know, they are a body. And the body makes all the rules. The majority of the body makes the rules, and the individual city councilman, unless you have that ability to influence people, like I do, of course. Because being a leader and all, you know, they taught me that in primary leadership development course. You know, how to influence people, and you know, that's all leadership is. Leadership is merely having the ability to influence others. Okay. That's you see, Greg. So you got the same problem that I just talked about. I never said one time I did not have time. I don't have the time to answer dumb questions. Okay. Okay, I don't like, and there are dumb questions. And so anybody who ever said there's no such thing as dumb question is a dummy. There are dumb questions to ask people. Okay, if we're in our 50s and 60s, you know what? We know stupid questions when we hear them. Okay, stupid questions. And Okay, we just know them. Okay, all right. And we know. I mean, there are just some dumbass questions that people ask, and I don't feel like answering dumb questions. What you want, Don?
It don't sound like that was a dumbass question. It
I
sounded
just
like it was a dumbass answer.
okay.
Who the hell's gonna run and say, I don't know what I'm gonna do till I get there and find out what I can do? That is a dumbass answer.
No,
It's not
no,
a
no, no,
dumbass
no,
question.
no, no, no. It isn't.
Oh,
No,
yep. It's
no
stupid.
one,
Who's
no.
gonna vote for somebody that can't put forward anything they want to accomplish?
You do realize.
What do you want to accomplish?
Wait. You do realize that nobody knows how to do the job before they do the job.
Oh, that's stupid. That's damn
Okay,
stupid.
and then you're one of those people I'm talking about.
No, you're making
you're
a stupid statement
you're
that
one of the people I'm talking
dumb
about.
questions. People ask you what you want to do,
They
and
do
you
ask
say you
dumb
don't know what
questions.
you want to do till you get there.
What I
That's
want,
absolutely. Who would vote for anybody
and
like
I've
that?
already answered the question. My job is to do what you want me to do, not what
That's
I
not
want
true.
to do.
That's not.
It's representation.
That's not a
It's
republic.
yeah, it is.
Republic, you vote for the person and hope that he does.
No.
You don't take a poll every day.
No. You find out what the people want.
But you're answering questions.
It's not about me. It's not about what
But you are
I want to
answering
do.
questions. You say you'll answer the question.
If it makes sense, I'll answer it.
I'll
answer dumb questions.
6-word question. You
Yeah.
ready for it?
Sure, go right ahead.
Why do you get disability?
Because the VA, the United
No,
States Army.
no, you're supposed to have an injury or.
Okay, now, if you don't want me to answer the question, I won't answer the question. But if you want me to answer the question, shut up and I won't answer the question. Although that's got nothing to do with the scope of this election. Why do you get it? Okay, why does anybody get it? We all have our different modalities. We all have our different reasons. You know, when you jump out of an airplane, trust me, things happen. Okay, things happen to you. Okay, that stay with you for a long time. All right, so you're a leg anyway. I don't even know why I'm talking to you. But anyway, it is not my job to go to the city council and do what I want. It is my job to do what the people ask me to do. And as long as it's within a reasonable scope, as long as then I tell people, first of all, you have to ascertain. Let me use that word again. You have to ascertain if what the people want is feasible, reasonable, and obtainable. You have to, because aren't you guys tired of hearing people promise you crap that never happens? It never happens. You know why it never happens? Because it's not within the scope of the responsibility of a city councilman, okay, to do all these things. Now, if there's an issue that the folks in District 3 have and I can help fight that issue, that's what I'll do. But again, I'm going to take inventory. I'll take inventory of the things that people in District 3 want and see if I can do something about it. But as far as what I want to do, listen, I might just want to get paid every day for showing up, every 2 weeks. Okay, and it ain't that much money, come think about it. But again, another dumb question you guys asked me. It's not about me. And therefore, you know, I was walking down the street the other day and a guy asked me a question. He said, well, I said, and at the end of the question, I said, well, it's not what I told him, it's not what I want. It's what do you want? You see, I is not part of we. You can't even find an I in we. It's about us understanding what you would like to be. Again, some of the things that people ask you are not feasible, not reasonable, and not obtainable. And then some things you can do something about. But not as an individual, not a whole lot of things you can do, okay? Unless you can convince people to come to your side. Yes, Dr. Joe.
Did you see what happened in Utah at that convenience store?
Man, there was something happening all weekend long. I didn't get that.
Here's what happened. Some guy went in there and they wouldn't sell him alcohol because he didn't have an ID, which is racist, right? To ask for an ID. But so then he got back in his truck and he drove around and came back with a shotgun, went into the store. Guess what happened?
Well, he probably shot somebody.
No, he got shot by either one or two. They're not sure. Two
Okay.
good guys with a gun. And
Good.
my question to you is,
Mm-hmm.
did anybody know they had a gun?
Well, they knew they had a gun.
That's what I keep telling you. I know I got a gun. So why does anybody else need to know?
Well, I listen. I'm not saying that there is not a reasonable application, a reason for people to carry weapons for self-defense. Of course not. I mean that, but there needs to be. You don't believe there needs to be any control about who can get these weapons?
There is control. There is control.
And what would that
You
control
have
be?
to get a background check when you get a gun.
You can go crazy
Legally.
2 minutes.
Legally.
Right, but you can go crazy 2 minutes after you get out get the gun.
Well, that's true. But you're always saying, well, somebody needs to know they have a gun. Well, I always tell you, I know I have a gun.
Yeah, what I'm thinking of. Okay, listen, I'm all for concealed weapon. I don't believe that a person should be able to walk down the street with a rifle. I just don't.
Well,
Okay.
this guy walked around into the Quickie Mart with a gun.
I think he said he had a rifle.
Well, it's a rifle, yeah, a shotgun.
Okay. Nobody should be able to walk around the street with a shotgun. You just shouldn't be
I
able to do
agree, and the people that shot him agreed too.
it. Yeah, I guess they did. But again,
And everybody knew he had a gun too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. Again, I'm not against the Second Amendment. I'm just against. There's no reason in the world to walk down unless there is no duck hunting, no turkey hunting. There's only people hunting going on inside the inner city with a rifle. There's just no reason. And I would like and if you're going to carry a concealed weapon, which is cool, then I think you ought to get a license so somebody knows you carry one.
Well, you just said that they knew.
Well, the person who carried the weapon knows, but I should know too. What? Don't you think the police should know whether or not you have a license?
Don't you think those people that clerk in that store was he didn't care if he knew that those people had a gun.
Well, this guy came in with a shotgun.
Okay, and what happened to him?
Well, I hear you. And what happened to him should have happened to him. I got no problem with that either. But I still believe that concealed weapons should be fine, but somebody should know that you carrying it. Not me, not the crook.
I need to know. That's the only people that need to know is I need to know.
And then what if the police were coming up on the scene and they see you got a gun and they pop you because nobody knows that you have a concealed weapons permit?
Then they're in the wrong because they see you got a gun, but they don't know why what you've done. All they need to do is say drop it.
Well, exactly, but they could also think that you're going for the weapon. If they know that you have a concealed weapons permit, then
how are they going to know?
Because they will look it up.
Hold on, I see a guy with a gun. Let me look him up on what? Wait, I don't know his name. I can't look him up on the computer and tell that he's got a gun.
Well, ask him what his name is.
Yeah, Kevin, right.
Ask him what his name is, and you can look it up and see if he has a legal right to carry a concealed weapon.
And then you're gonna shoot him?
Well, of course not, because he probably wouldn't. By telling me his name means he's probably
You're
not a threat.
telling me that a cop's gonna come up and ask, and instead of if he sees a guy with a gun and
I'm talking not a guy with a gun in his hand, but one in his pocket. Let's say he notices there's
well, how does he know he's got it in his pocket?
Because you can see it.
You can see what? The gun in my pocket?
His gun
No,
in
you
his pocket.
can't. That's why it's called concealed weapon, Kevin.
It depends on how thick your pockets are, I guess. Because I can
Listen,
see. I've seen people
I
with
went
guns
up
in
to
their pocket.
when my mom was in Birmingham in the hospital.
Yeah.
I walked around the streets in front of police, in front of everybody, having a gun in my pocket, and nobody knew but me.
Okay. So you didn't have to have a concealed weapons permit.
Well, you probably did, but
well, then
I
somebody
didn't care.
knew.
If somebody had tried to rob me, hey, they'd have found out what Smith and Wesson means, wouldn't they?
And I'm with you, but somebody in the government knew that you had a gun.
No, they didn't.
You just said you had a concealed
one
purpose.
thing if I had a concealed weapon thing, it would be in Georgia because that's where I live.
Well, wherever it was at, somebody knew. Somebody knew that you had undergone certain tests.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
Okay, and somebody else did too, because you had the permit.
In Georgia, they didn't know that in Alabama.
Well, but somebody knew. Somebody knew that you have a concealed weapons permit.
Somebody knows now.
Yeah, well,
me.
I hear you. I just think it's we got too many people walking around with guns. I just
hey, too many criminals. You mean?
Well,
walking
that's
around
true
with
too.
guns.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
that's what you mean.
Yeah. Well, that's
too
what
many
I mean.
criminals.
And because they're so easy to obtain these days. You know.
Oh yeah,
illegally. But again, I hear what you're saying. And again, I'm not against people carrying guns, but I am against limiting the opportunity for people who should not have one to get one.
Okay.
Now, how you do that?
All right, I'll talk to you later. You're never going to get convinced that people need protection.
No. Of course, people need protect. Again, I'm not against them, but I'm against people being able to walk around with a rifle. Okay.
Oh yeah, now I'm against that too. I don't know why they can't go up and at least confront a guy walking around with a rifle. I don't think that should be allowed.
I mean, we ain't no hunting going on except for people with a rifle in the street. That's it.
Oh, I know that. I know that. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All righty. Now I'm gonna let you try this one more time.
Let me ask you a question.
As long as it's not a stupid question.
Do you think the police have the right to ask you your name and you have to give it?
I believe there have been some cases on that, unless
well,
you are
wrong.
accused.
You're
unless
wrong.
Wait a minute.
If I walk up on you and you're doing nothing illegal, I have no right to ask you your name, and you have no obligation to give it.
Unless there's reasonable suspicion.
And what is it? What is it?
Well, that's up to the officer.
You said he's got a concealed gun. You can't even see it. So what's he doing illegal?
Well, again, reasonable suspicion.
So what is it?
Well, that's up to the officer in charge. That's up to the officer then.
Man, you should learn a little bit about the law. You don't have the right to just walk up and ask somebody their name
I'm telling
and therefore to give it to
if
you.
a guy is looking in the window, it's 9:00 at night, and he's looking in the window of a store.
Is that illegal?
It's reasonable suspicion.
Of what?
Of
somebody looking in the window?
Yes, at 9:00 at night at the jewelry store, you're looking inside the jewelry store window. I swear that's reasonable suspicion.
Well, if they're showing their jewelry, can't I go look at it anytime then? Why would they put it in the window?
Again, I don't know. I'm just telling you, reasonable suspicion is what they use.
Well, you don't know the law.
I'm not a lawyer. I don't have to know the law.
Hey, let me ask you one more question. You waited on last week you were saying you were going to clean up that dump. How do you know you had the authority to clean up that dump? You ain't in office yet. No, you told us you were going to clean up the dump.
I
but
didn't
today
say
you
nothing
tell us
about
you don't
me.
know what you can do.
I didn't say nothing about me cleaning anything.
You did too.
I did not.
You said if I'm elected, that dump will be clean.
I said if I'm elected, I'm going to do what I can.
You said if you are elected, you're going to clean up that dump.
First of all, and again, I don't have a truck. But I subsequently, after that, found out the guy who owns
No, you
the
said
place.
if you were elected, but you did today say you don't know what you can do till you get there.
You don't know what you can do till you get there. However,
but how did you know you were going to clean up the dump?
However, after that show, I went out and did some more investigation.
Hey, I did a survey like you did.
Got a call.
I talked to 6 people in District 3.
Yeah.
Asked about you.
Yeah.
4 said Kevin who, and 2 said hell no.
And this is America. They got a right to think. They got a right to think that. But speaking of the thing on King Hill, what I found out was that was private property, and I ran into the man who owns the property, and he told me that he's trying his best to get rid of it. So it wasn't street. It just looks bad up there on Ferguson Road. It just looks bad up there, but it was his property, and he did say that he's trying to get rid of it. So the city really don't have unless it is a health hazard, the city really don't have a lot to do with it. Okay, so I don't girlfriend boyfriend fighters on Facebook, but so the city, if it's private property, unless they are, I think, unless they are creating a health hazard, yeah, probably not a whole lot they can do. I've never seen that much stuff on the streets, without without the city or somebody getting involved in it. But evidently, that's the way it goes. And again, what we think we can do, and that's what I'm telling you, and that's what I've been trying to get across to people. What you think you can do as an unelected person that's trying to be elected, and what you actually can do is not even in the same universe sometimes. But common sense says, well, if I'm an elected official, then I ought to have the resources of the city at my disposal in order to take care of these things. But there are nine city council people, and if they all had their way with the Department of Sanitation, the Water Department, and all these places, then all those people would be going from here to there, from there to here, and never get anything done. Okay, on Plum and Cherry Street, ran into the same thing the other day. On Plum and Cherry, there are all kinds of junk out there in this open space out there. All kinds. It looks like a dump yard out there. Now I don't know whose property that is, either, but it's on corner of Plum and Cherry, and I don't know whose property that is. But I know it's not supposed to be that way. So, and that's what I've been trying to tell people: what you think you can do, and what you actually can do. It's not even in the same universe sometimes. It's good to say it. Yeah, I'm gonna do this because I really thought that. Well, hell, but if it's private property, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different. The city don't have the right just to go up there and move your junk. Okay? Some people like junk. Okay, and that's fine. And it's not in anybody's neighborhood, so I just thought it was a health hazard to be up there anyway. But I did go up there and see, and I going around town in District 3 and looked at things. Now before I didn't have a reason to listen. As long as my backyard is good, as long as my area is good, I'm good. It wasn't my responsibility to look out after the whole city or the whole District 3. That was not my job. My job is to look out after my little area and make sure it's kept up. So when they come out and give tickets, they don't have to give me one. So again, what you think you can do and what you actually can do is somewhere sometimes not in the scope of any city council person or even the mayor. Good morning.
Good morning. Let me bring some sanity back to your show.
Go ahead.
Back to school. I sent this home with my children yesterday. 10 verses to pray over your child as they read back to school, as they head back to school. Let me start again. 10 verses to pray over your child as they head back to school. Ephesians 4:32. Ask God to help them be kind. Number 2, Joshua 1:9. Praise God for always being with them. Number 3, Proverbs 10:9. Ask God to help them walk in integrity this year. Number 4, Psalms 56:3. Ask God to help them put their trust in Him. Number 5, Philippians 4:6-7. Ask God to help them not worry. Number 6, Luke 2:52. Ask God to help them grow this year. Number 7, Proverbs 17:17. Pray for their friends. Number 8, Colossians 3:23. Ask God to help them work hard. Number 9, James 1:5. Ask God to give them wisdom. Number 10, Philippians 4:12. Pray for their contentment in all circumstances and keep them safe. That's going back to school for today in Montgomery County. And you forgot to play Rita Pearson today.
No, I played her last Thursday.
You could play her again today because from what you already put on this fall would have been better. Have a great day, and I'll see you tonight.
Okay, then you can't please anybody. Listen, I'm not one to mince words. You know, there are dumb questions. I don't care what anybody says. It's like seeing a woman pregnant and say, "Oh, you having a baby?" No, that's a watermelon. Of course they're having a baby. Give me a break. You hit yourself with the hammer. Somebody said, "Did that hurt?" What you think? What you think? You think it hurt or not? How often do you hit yourself with a hammer? Okay, I'm just they're dumb questions. And if it costs me an election, it costs me an election. There are dumb questions. Okay, and I feel that I don't have time for dumb questions. I just don't. There are too many issues that have to be resolved, and unfortunately, most of people's issues cannot be resolved by one person. They got to be resolved by the group. Okay, and so let's not think that we got all this power. We don't. And aren't you guys tired of people promising you things, and then 4 years later you're still complaining? Honestly, there needs to be a new set of procedures. I've been here 35 years. I hear the same. I hear the same thing every 4 years. Every 4 years, same thing. Same thing. All right, Don, this is your last call to me. So what's up?
An hour, but I just want to tell you were wrong about Plum and Cherry. You can't do nothing about private property. It's called code enforcement.
That's what I
If
just
it's
said.
not being enforced, you need to look at the mayor for not having enough people to do it. If you've got a car out there that doesn't have license plates on it, it is junk. You can force them to move it from the property. And if they don't move it, you can fine them. And it's like, what's his name, crying about when he went to pay his taxes. They take out your fine before they ever pay your taxes. So there is a way to do it. But right now, blame the mayor. The mayor is the one who's over the executive branch. He's over code enforcement. If he had enough people going out and doing the job, they would get rid of it. It's called trash. It's called garbage. They can write it up. They can fine you, and they can remove it if you don't remove it and charge you.
Yeah, I already knew that. Mm-hmm. But the individual councilman can merely bring it to I guess code enforcement. They got this thing, and here's what I don't quite understand. I think Bobby Bright. Hold on a second there, Duke. Bobby Bright some years ago tried to stop the city council people from going directly to department heads and say, how come this isn't done or how come that ain't done? And I understand why he did it. It creates confusion amongst the departments. If somebody says go left and somebody says go right, somebody says go north, somebody says go south. I got that part. But one of the reasons, Don is not right about too many things, but he's right about this particular thing. We have a lot of departments downtown that don't have their complement of people that should work there. Because I keep asking the question, we budget for 400 police officers every year. So what happens to the money? Because we don't have 400 people. We don't have 400 police officers. So what happens to that money that's not going to police officers, and it's still in the budget? It gets folded into the general budget, which I guess is okay. But it would seem like to me we may need to investigate what we're paying people, because everybody needs a job as high as things are going out here right now. And why don't we have enough people working for the city of Montgomery? I mean, it's my understanding, 911 people, not enough people for that, not enough policemen, not enough people working for sanitation, from what I understand. Why don't we have people? And listen, nothing against police, but we got to stop giving every raise to the police. The fire department needs a raise. The secretary needs a raise. Everybody needs a raise. I love the police, but at $51,000 a year to start a job, that's pretty good pay. That is pretty good pay. What would you consider a dumb question? I can't explain it, but I know it when I hear it. Now, okay, let me see. What's up, Duke?
All right. Now, Commander said if you don't have a tag on your car, they classify it as junk. That's a lie. Okay. Reason being, I had a vehicle, I say approximately 5 years ago, a Honda Accord. I didn't go. It needs some work done on it. I left that in the yard for a little while. So I went to get the tag for it after I got it back fixed. They charged me $400 some because I didn't take the damn tag off.
They do that, yeah. Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
You have to take the tag off the car when it's not running.
Mm-hmm.
Commercial. So your line come out, if you don't have the tag on there, they make you take it off, sir. Cameron, don't you agree?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to surrender because as far as they know, if you still got the tag on it, you're driving it.
Right, but you have to take it off though until you get the car fixed
and turn it in.
Or whatever. Then you can go back and get the tag. Something like that. I don't know. Turn it in.
Yeah, you got to turn it in. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know where you turn it in to them or just take it off. I don't know, but they made me pay $400 something extra.
Did you pay it? You could have bought a new car for $400.
I ain't had no choice that day. I pissed all raised the hell with them at the end of the day. So I left there, I had to pay damn money, Kev.
Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do.
To get that damn sticker.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
But, yeah, man, me and my wife, we having one of those mornings today. We just came from the school. Our grandson's first date today. Yeah, man. It's tough.
My grandkids today, it's first day today. One of them goes to that school out there on Narrow Lane. I think it's called Macmillan International something.
All right.
Yeah, and my other son.
Yeah, we was always there for our daughter. First, taking pictures of her. She told us going back to work that day when we went back years ago. But it's just tough for her not being here for his first day today.
Yeah. Well, hey, yeah. I hope they implement some discipline in our schools and everything goes lovely and get the bad kids out, send them home, and let the other kids learn. That's what I hope.
That's all we can. That's the only thing we can hope for, right?
That's all we can.
Okay, man.
All right.
But be good, guys.
All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, just let the good kids learn and send the bad kids home. That's all I wish for. Let's get some discipline in our schools because what we do is we don't serve them well by not maintaining discipline. We do not serve kids well by not doing that. It's not. We just don't do it. We need to do that. Okay. Let me see who this is. Good morning, Simply Days.
Good morning, Mayor. Government, if government will get out of the way, just get out of the way, the private sector can do a whole lot.
Yeah,
but the government, the government sets up barriers. They set up all sorts of obstacles because they want to get involved in it. They want to be the overseer of it. It's like back on the plantation. They want to be the boss. They want to control everything. But if they'll just get out of the way, the private sector will hum along. They will do things. They will make things happen. They will build things because that's what they do. They know how to do it. Government doesn't know how to do that very well. They know how to create obstacles and barriers. Did you see the? I don't know if you saw it or not. But down in Mobile, they need a bridge across the Mobile River. They've needed it forever. It keeps them having to go all the way around the causeway, going to the tunnel and all and that to get people in and out of the city and across the Mobile River. It's going to be the largest infrastructure project in the history of the state of Alabama. Billions of dollars. Yes, and they're going to get a bond for it. Guess how they're going to pay for it?
I guess they're going to tax you for it.
They're going to have a toll
bridge
going back, toll bridge going back and forth.
Well, we got one from Millbrook, don't we?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. When you get the government out of the way and let the private sector do things, And think about it. Think about all the great inventions. Automobile, Henry Ford. Think about all the great inventions. Did government invent any of them?
Oh, that's true. That's true. You get government out of the way often. As a matter of fact, I was wondering about this new civic center that the mayor wants, which we need one. I was wondering whatever happened to public-private investment into that kind of structure. Name it after somebody. I don't. I mean, give somebody the naming rights that football stadiums do. Or something like that. Let's get some. They got people in this city with a lot of money. It's not me, but they got people in this city with a lot of money.
A lot of money, and you got city people in Atlanta and Birmingham with a lot of money. But you like air conditioning, don't you?
Oh yeah, I appreciate it every day.
There's a guy by the name of Carrier.
Oh yeah.
He's the one who invented air conditioning, and he invented it for the private sector, not for the government originally.
Mm-hmm.
The private sector came to him and said, "Look, our paper, our parchment paper. Anytime we try to put anything in the summertime when it gets real hot, it bleeds. The print bleeds. Can you come up with something that could maybe, cut down on the humidity?" So he was an engineer. So he starts working on it with his buddy, and they developed the chiller thing. And the movie companies came to them and said, "Look, people won't go to the movies in the summer because it's hot,
mm-hmm.
and they don't want to be in there." So they introduced it to the movie theaters, and people started coming. Then, D.C., the capital, is built on a swamp. That's why they always say drain the swamp.
Yeah.
It's built on a swamp. So the government, and that's why they had to forever. They don't need to anymore, but they used to adjourn during summer months because they just couldn't be in the capital. It was so hot.
I remember that, yeah.
So the government comes to Carrier and says, "Look, would you consider building us a big old chiller to cool so we can do business and it's not so hot?" So Carrier built them this huge chiller to keep the capital cool. It wasn't government.
Yeah.
And see, that's what the private sector can do when you get the government the hell out of the way. Too much government control, too many politicians don't know what they're doing, too many people that are in the I am somebody club.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about AT&T. I mean, there was nothing wrong with our phone service. It was great. It was good. And all of a sudden, the government said, "Well, you got too much business." And then, Lord have mercy, for 10, 20 years almost, phone service, you didn't know who to get a phone from. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Yeah, I'm with you. Private and engineers are special people. Engineers are special people that has a special wavelength to somebody because they can come up with some of the most ingenious things I've ever seen. So
you can get one of those old phones that was made back in the early 1900s, one of those square box, wooden box phones with the two little bells on top. Yeah. You can wire it up and it will work today.
Today, absolutely. I don't know.
But it's just like the government never met. They never met a project that they could end up taxing the citizens on.
Mm-hmm.
The people that put the bill, they never met one. And when a bored politician is a dangerous one. Because when they get bored, they start looking up things that all of us are going to end up paying for. And I hope when you get on that city council that you put the brakes on and say, "Not so fast, my friends."
And again, we just need some different type of thinking. I mean, these people, these whiners now, well, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't do. Well, listen, for 35 years I've been here, They've been complaining about the same thing every year. Why don't we try something different? Why don't we try a thinking outside the box rather than everybody putting their head in the box? And again, what we need some new answers to some old questions. You know, we just
in the private sector, just like with AI, the private sector is out there. They can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they can. I mean, we got
And
engineers
they got,
everything. Yeah.
And it's like Montgomery, you got plenty, all the colleges, all the schools of higher learning. You've got plenty of smart people in Montgomery.
And in Montgomery, we are surrounded by 7 universities. 7. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7. 7 universities. There are representatives of 7 universities that surround Montgomery. Sociology. I keep telling people, wait a minute. So we go to school for sociology, which is the study of our society, and we can't fix the problem? Hell, throw those degrees away. Okay, they're not doing any good.
Exactly. We would rather listen to some rich woman and her daughter sell us a plan on a Redwater Park than listen to.
Well, the plan was good. Now wait a minute, hold on. The plan, it was a good plan, right plan, wrong place.
Well, I will argue that point on you. It was a good plan in the right place, but the wrong idea. It should have been.
It should have been a water park. It should have been a water park. Is what it
should have been. A water park, or either an aquarium.
Yeah.
Either one of those.
So good plan. Wrong place. Well, I mean, you know, I'm not one of them people. I lived on the ocean in Hawaii. Got scared of that. Left. So I came back to Seattle. Too much water.
Somebody told me you put a skin diving mask and flippers on when you get in the bathtub because you're so damn scared of water.
I mean, and listen, I was climbing up that rope on the USS Kitty Hawk back in 1980, 81, one of them days like that, and I just knew I was going to die that day because all that water moving, when the boat wasn't moving that big, but I was scared to death. I had a rucksack on my back and going. I said, "What happens if I fall? I'm fish bait."
Did you, Mayor? Did you ever rappel out of a helicopter over water?
Yeah, I jumped out of it. I jumped out of a Chinook over water. Yeah, that's better. That's worse than rappelling. At least when you rappel, you can hold the rope.
Well, you needed to have volunteered one time to do the old Australian death dive, head first, rappel out of the helicopter. In the water.
Well, we had that zip line thing, you know, when the guy said, let go, because I was headed right into the wall because there was water underneath me. I said, okay then. But then one of my E7 said, I'll get you. I didn't believe him, but I had a wall in front of me I was going to run right the hell into, and I had him down there telling me, I'm going to get you. I took a chance on him. He got me.
One day I'm going to get you in the car. We're going to ride across the old bridge across down there at Mobile.
Oh, we can't. We
that high one.
I don't know if I can make it, but now that one in Louisiana, they said it's 27 miles long. I will never drive over that.
No Pontchartrain Bridge.
Yeah, whatever hell it is. I will never go over that. But I do think Montgomery made a strategic error. I think the cause was just. We do need to bring people to Montgomery with more things to see besides how white people used to treat black folks. It's part of our history. It is what happened. But Lord have mercy, give us something that we can celebrate.
Well, when you get on the city council, just say, before we sign the dotted line, why don't we ask the people?
Yeah, take it
to the people. Ask them what they want. Here are 3 or 4 options. What do you want, citizens?
Exactly. And that's what I told a guy the other day. I said, listen, I'm there to do what you wanted to do. I'll ask you, what is that you want? And you may not get it, but you're going to have a voice in the process.
Well, when you get in the I Am Somebody Club, you're going to have a voice now.
Yeah, I got it.
Have a good day.
All right, appreciate it. Somebody said, did I hear you say you jumped out of a helicopter over water? Yes, you did. Yeah, I did do that. What's your issue? What's your issue with that? Done. We done for the day.
No, let me read this ordinance to you. Hold on one second.
Hello? Hello?
Are you there?
I'm here.
Hold on one second.
Well, you should have all that ready when you call, brother.
Okay, here's a definition of a junk car. You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
An inoperable, incapable of moving under its own power, having flat, uninflated tires, expired tags or no license tag, being partially dismantled, rusted, or wrecked. If you have a car on your showing on your yard or your lot, it has to have current tags on it, or it's considered a nuisance. And under the law, you can get rid of a nuisance abatement. Duke, you are stupid.
All right, then. See, I told you there are people who ask stupid questions. Well, John, how else would I jump over it if I didn't have a parachute on? I mean, how else would I have done it, John? John, have you ever jumped out of a plane? Have you ever been a paratrooper? That's all I need to know. Okay. See, there are dumb questions, and that's one of them. There are dumb questions. Okay. All right. So John, let me know. Let me know how else would we jump out of it unless didn't have a parachute on. Now there are instances where you don't carry a reserve. There are some jumps that you don't carry a reserve on because you're not high enough. There are some jumps where you can do that. Matter of fact, I did it in what's that in Minnesota? Time we did it, we was like 500 foot, and it wasn't no sense having a reserve because it wouldn't. By the time you got out, you couldn't open it anyway. Okay, so go ahead into the water with a parachute. Yeah. So what's your question? It was a training exercise. What was your question? I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, you know. Now I wasn't supposed to go into the water, but I did. So tell me what's your question. That's how they train you um, to float and all that kind of stuff. So tell me what's your question. Have you ever, John? Have you now? This is one thing I do have a thing against. If you're not a paratrooper, don't ask me questions about it. You don't know a damn thing. So if you want, though, we can talk. But if you're not a jumper, you see them wings in the back of me back there. They're not just decoration on the wall, my friend. They're decoration of tried and true experience. Back there. See that thing right behind me in there? Yeah. They're not there just for the hell of it. Okay. So I'm just saying. So give me, Anyway, I gotta take a break, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Because I'm just saying, y'all legs get me here. You get me. You get me. But that's okay. Legs need love too. Okay? Legs need some love too. That's all I can tell you. Okay. So let me take my little break. Gotta go get me another cup of milk. And then I shall return. Give me 3 minutes. I'll be all right. Now, John, have you ever jumped? Okay. Have you ever jumped out of an airplane? And which one did you jump out of? Okay, that's all I need to know. Which one did you jump out of? Okay, that's all I want to know. I've jumped out of a C-123. Hold, let me put it. Okay, C-123. Okay, and C-5. Okay. Like I just make sure I put it so when I get back, you can answer me. You can ask me another dumb question. A C-5A. Okay, that's which is what I had. How about a C-141? Okay, that too. A C-130. Okay, C-130. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's put that. Okay, C-130. Okay, let's get that done. Uh, CH, CH, uh, 47. Okay, okay. Now I know you're not gonna know all of these birds, but elk dog then jumped them all, and one more I can't think of the nomenclature of a Huey. But anyway, I did all that. Okay, I'm a true paratrooper, brother. Okay, I'm just saying. So when you get some of that under your belt, then talk to me about jumping. Other than that, stick to what you know. Now, stick to what you know, my friend. Okay, that's right. C123, C5A, C141, C130, and CH47, and a UE. Okay, I'm just saying. I did all that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'll be right back in a couple minutes. I'm just saying, I love legs who call and try to trick you. I just love them. I just love them. That's the reason I'm asking, trying to get answers. Why are you so sensitive? No, never. Okay. See that right there. See that? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I'll be right back. You know why I'm so proud of that? I'll tell you why I'm so proud of doing that back in those so many years ago. When I come back, and then you'll understand. I'm not. Listen. I don't envy you. Got you legs. I don't envy you people who talk crap and ain't did anything really, not militarily. I did a lot of other things. So I just want you to. So when I come back, well, I'll tell you why I'm so proud of that, because there are people who join the military for whatever reason. I joined and I went to where I went because I wanted to be the best there was. I wanted to serve with the best there was to see whether or not I actually had what it took to get there. Not only to get there, but to stay there. See, that's one of those units where you you can ask to go, but they don't have to keep you when you get there. They can send your butt down the road because you don't measure up. Okay, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Uh, C123, C5A, C141, C130, and the CH47. I know a lot. I doubt if you know a lot of paratroopers. Well, that's okay. And again, some of the things, they don't have. Everybody wasn't as motivated as I was. That's okay. That's a cool. Um, and you see a lot of Navy SEAL that don't go around just talking about their Navy SEAL experiences either, but they sure do have them. I ain't mad at you. So don't pay me no attention then. Just let me live in my own little world. Let me live in my own little world, because you don't know what the hell I had to go through to do what I had to do. In the '70s. Oh yeah, you don't know the hell I had to go through. So, you know, and just a couple of days ago, another paratrooper hit the ground and at speed, and that means his right his other what we call the reserve didn't open. So like we say, he hit the ground at speed and he died. It happens. It happens. Anybody who takes a shot at jumping out of an airplane know that there's a possibility something could go wrong, and we all take the choice. We all make that choice to do that. Whether and flying on, I don't even like civilian airplanes. I'll get on a military airplane, but I won't. I hardly ever get on a civilian airplane again. I don't trust them. Yeah, that DEI thing. You know, I don't trust them. I don't trust civilian pilots. I just don't. But anyway, we'll take a break. We'll be back uno momento. So y'all just hang loose. I know a lot of paratroopers. Yeah, sure you do. Mm-hmm. Sure you do. You don't get to meet too many paratroopers in Montgomery, Alabama, because most of them live down near Fort Benning, where it all began. You don't see too many in Montgomery. I think the Air Force got its special ops unit, but not too many of them. So I'm just saying you don't meet too many paratroopers in Montgomery, brother. Come on, really? Yeah, yeah. Tell me another story. Anyway, I'll be back. Uno momento. Okay. I know a lot of paratroopers. How many do you know? Come on, tell me. How many you know? How many do you know, my friend? We'll come back. See, I gave all those people who asked these questions of me on Next Door an opportunity to come in the show and ask me anything they wanted to ask me. Okay, I mean, real potential voters, not people who just want to give me hell, who don't even live in District 3, but other people, and they didn't show up. So you know what? Screw them. Okay, okay. I'm just thinking. Y'all full of it. Okay, so you have no answers yourself, and you don't like answers that other people give. So what? So here's a question I have. So if the rest of you people are so smart and you know so much more than I do. I'm just asking you, please run. Yeah, it's too late to get on the vote. But the next, they got another election coming up in 1 year, and I'm thinking you're going to be on there because we need you. We need you on the city council because you know everything, and we need you. Yeah, we need you because you don't like an answer anybody else gives. So please join, and you know, we need a person who knows everything. We really do. Yeah, we do. We need a person who knows everything. I'm just saying, we're waiting on you to join the race. Okay, and the race starts again in 6 months. Well, not 6 months, but 8 months. So you'll be out there doing it again. Well, not 8 months. Yeah. Because this is just for a year. This just gets you to next August. Next August, you got to start again, all over again. So there'll be plenty opportunity for you to join. Again, I'm the guy who knows a hell of a lot more than everybody else. We need you on the city council. All you people, we need you. Yeah, we need you. So I'm waiting for you to get in the race. We'll be back after my 3-minute break after these messages. So if you're one of those people who know everything, got all the answers already, especially Don, listen, please join. Please get in the race, okay? Or shut up, one or the other. Alrighty then. Now, I don't want you people to get me wrong. I don't mind having an intelligent conversation, even if we disagree. It doesn't bother me as long as you have an answer. Don, you need something to do.
I got something to do. I got to talk to John for a minute. John, during the Vietnam War, they had a baby airlift out, and the back ramp of a C5 came down, and they welded it shut. There's no way he could have jumped from a C5 because they welded the back ramp. You can look it up. You can
Let
Google
me
it.
ask you a
The only other
question.
egress place is in front of the engines or out of the front of the plane.
Don.
You ain't never jumped out of the
Don.
Well, how many jumps did you have? You first started off saying you had 33.
$1,000.
How many you had? You said 33 at one time.
$1,000.
Then you said 100 at one time.
Okay. $1,000. If Don can prove that I did not jump out of a C5A, $1,000 bet. Okay, 1,000. I'll put up $1,000. You just never call this show again. Okay, yeah, you don't even have to put up the money. If you can prove that I did not do what I say I did, then, and it doesn't make any difference. If I only had one jump, that's more than you got, my friend. If I only had one, the jealousy is just reeking from your lips. Do you want to come? You want me to bring my stuff over to you, my medals and everything, and let you see them? I mean, seriously, is that what we want to do? Okay. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm only going. This is my last 1 minute with you.
We had this $1,000 bet before. Why do I have to prove a negative? You could easily prove a positive.
No.
Why don't you prove a positive? Show us your DD 214.
I got plenty of DD form 214.
No, you ain't got. I'm supposed to prove a negative.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to prove something you should be easy.
You need to prove that.
You bet 1,000 before and you never showed up. I took my 1,000 to win it. No. Ask him. He won't lie on your behalf.
But I don't know. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody to lie. I'm about tired of you anyway. Tell you the truth. But however, just prove I haven't done it, and I'll get a bunch of guys from battalion on this show one morning, and we will show you. We'll tell you. And I'm not the only person that ever did it. I'm not the only person to jump out of C5A. But yeah, they did. I don't know what they did in Vietnam. That was a little bit. I joined the Army in 75 in the reserves, didn't go on active duty till 79. So I don't really know what happened, in 71 and 72 and 73. I know officially the war was over. Well, technically it was over in 74, but it actually ended in 75. So you get. I'll give you $1,000 to prove that you didn't. Nobody jumps out of C5A. If not, you need to just shut up and just never call me again. If you can't prove it, brother, then leave it. Let it go. Let it go. I realize you're jealous. I ain't mad at you. Okay. We did make the bet in the past, and he didn't pay. He did not pay. He did not pay Willie the money. Okay, because he's a liar. Okay. Okay. We need to go to divorce court. Anyway, I think he's just jealous. That's all. But yeah, we proved that. I proved that a long time ago. A long time ago. Matter of fact, call Fort Benning. Fort Benning sent my paperwork. You know what he said about the paperwork? Well, that's fake work. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's. I think we call that. I'm not talking to you no more, brother. We call that stolen valor. If you make up crap that you didn't do. Okay, so we don't want to be embarrassed by that now, do we? No. But anyway. So much for that. Anyway. And the only reason why it means so much to me, because when I got there, I was called all kind of names, all kinds of names. When I got to the 2nd and 75th, it was a tough place to be. I'll put it to you that way. It was a tough place to be back in the day. But then I found out that they may have been a bunch of racist folks there. They may have been. Till this day, I can't tell you if they were not. I had a young man at my unit. Every other day, he called me the N-word. Where you going, nigga? Where you going? And so I walked into my command sergeant Major Conrad's office. At the time, he was sergeant first class. I said, why do they call me that name? and he sat me down in the chair like a father would to a son. He said, Elkins? I said, yes, Sergeant. Do you believe if you get caught by the enemy, that the worst thing's going to happen to you is somebody calls you a nigger? I said, well, uh, uh, I said, probably not. I mean, it's probably going to do worse than that. And he looked at me with the strangest eye and said, get up and get the hell out of my office. And he taught me a very valuable lesson that day. And I've never forgotten it. There's some things in life to worry about and some things you shouldn't worry about. What somebody calls you don't mean a thing. Okay? Unless they're hitting on you, put a bullet through you, it don't mean anything. Because their job in the 2nd and 75th Ranger Battalion, their job was to get rid of you if they thought you couldn't hang. Kind of like that movie Officer and the Gentleman. Before Officer and the Gentleman came out, though, I was always going through my trials and tribulations. And their job, and it was a hard unit to get. They don't have to keep you. You have to you got to earn your wings twice. You have to earn your wings to get there, and you got to earn your wings to stay there. It's not like any other unit, where most unit they stuck with you. They stuck with you. You're there. You're part of the TOE. You're there. They can't just get rid of you. In the Ranger Battalion, they can get rid of you. If they think that you don't have the right stuff, you're gone. So the reason I've been so proud of that over these years, it was a tough place to be. But I wasn't gonna quit. I wasn't gonna quit for all the tea in China, even when I caught hypothermia going through the swamps. And I did. I caught hypothermia because when you're 5'6" 3/4" and you're going through there all that, and you're in that water for so long, and you keep dunking your head in the water because you're too short to keep up with everybody else. Yeah, I caught hypothermia, and it could have killed me. But it didn't. I wouldn't let it because I was going to make it no matter what. And the problem with today's youth, so often, we want it easy. We want it easy. Somebody once said, if you do what's hard first, then everything else comes easy. Well, I did what was hard first. So I enjoyed my time. The only thing I didn't like is the job they gave me to do. That's the only thing I didn't like, being in food service. I just didn't like it. But I wanted to be there, so that's what I had to do. Dude, didn't I just get in talking to you?
No, you talked to me about an hour ago when I was coming back from the school. Coming back from the school, I wanted to help you out with curmudgeon here. He been on you about your jumping out the helicopter or plane or whatever you jumped out of. Mm-hmm. But he wants you to show all this proof. I want curmudgeon to show you some proof where that black man, what kind of gun he used to shoot your daddy with. He can at least tell you what kind of gun the man had. Was it a shotgun, a rifle, a pistol, or a slingshot? We need to know these things, curmudgeon, since you want to blame black folks for killing your granddaddy. So, Calvin, you use that on him when he bring that up about that again. You tell him to damn it, tell what kind of gun his daddy was using. Oh. Granddaddy, boy, the black man that killed his granddaddy. Let me get that right now. Okay. So, Calvin, I got. Can I talk national news for half a second too?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
All right. What's going on with these women in the White House? We got the one Pam Bondi, she got fired. Mm-hmm. Then the other woman that used to ride the horse from North Dakota, or whatever her name was, that's over the Homeland Security or whatever. Mm-hmm. She got fired for lying and carrying on. And this other woman that used to be on Fox News. Mm-hmm. What's her name? Janelle. What's the name, Kevin?
Perimo.
Yeah. And then she did her report and came out, gave the report to the president. Mm-hmm. Trump mad. He said he gonna make her arrest this guy again because he the one did it. Now ain't no way that his professional pool man messed that job up. He say that man had to cut that stuff, Kevin. What's going on with this, man? Who shall we believe right now?
Well, brother, you know what? That's above my pay
I'm
grade.
asking who shall we believe? This is our president, man, arguing with
Well,
locking
again,
somebody up, man.
listen.
Arguing about locking somebody up that didn't do the damn stuff.
I hear you. Again, Trump
That's a
really.
class. That's a reason. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, Trump has really got on my nerves. I thought he was smarter than what he was. I just really did. I thought he was. I
You
thought he was. I
what
thought he
what
was
now
just.
what now
I,
what have he done to make you think he's smart from the get go? Come on.
well, I just thought he was. I thought he was just playing with the Democrats. You know, I just he, but he.
You thought he had more common sense than what he got. In other words, what you're talking about?
I did. I thought he did.
Huh?
I'm just so disappointed.
So when he told you that a damn bullet hit his ear, and me
I
and you
believe
both
that.
had sisters, me and you both had sisters growing up, Calvin,
Yeah, I
where a
believe
damn
that.
straightening cone, that hot cone hit that ear, it's gonna turn to black.
Yeah, I
Well,
believe
Trump
that one.
ear black. Well,
But
his
I
ear
still-
black anywhere on it.
Yeah,
Did you see a picture with his ear black?
Well, I still believe that he got shot at. I mean,
And the man in California, the brown man, said Trump said they was in it. They about to had to do emergency landing because the helicopter about to fall. That man said he never met Trump a day in his life.
Well, whatever. I
Huh?
don't know.
Now all of a sudden this man got bored. He had nothing else better to do to go out there with a damn box cutter.
Yeah.
But y'all believe in that. Y'all believe in that mess, though, Kevin.
I'm worried about Montgomery. I appreciate it. I'm worried about Montgomery now. I don't really care what happened in Washington, D.C. There's another race tomorrow. There is a just in case you guys forgot it, there is tomorrow there is the district covers I think District 2, 2 racing tomorrow, which is where we in. You got Lowndes County, Butler County, Crenshaw County, Montgomery County, Elmore County, Macon County, Russell County, Bullock County, Barber County, Henry, Dale, Coffee, Crenshaw, and the Butler again, and Geneva and Houston County. You will be voting tomorrow, and your choices are, I guess you got the rest of them. Your choices are, what's the choices? Hampton Harris, Christian Horn, Rhett Marcus, David Matthews, Joshua McKee, and James Richardson. That's this. I guess that's Congressional District number 2. I thought 7 was on here too, but they're not on there. Okay then. And another story. A man has been accused of unloading a whole magazine into a worker 22 times. He shot a guy.
Reaching a financially secure retirement requires making smart choices.
Well,
but those smart.
I don't know what's up with that, but okay. Where was this at? Yeah, David Cohen of Hamilton. Born in 1992, same year my son was born, and he's doing man was born in 1991. Again, somebody walking around with a gun. I just don't think there's no reason in the world to walk around with a rifle. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. We need to take that right away. Concealed weapon, don't have a problem with it, long as you got a license for it. So we know that we have some semblance of understand that you understand the responsibility goes with that thing. Okay, and I just don't think people have a clue. Okay, I don't believe it. The documents didn't list everything Kev said he did. But take the bet. I ain't got no problem with that. Take the bet. Okay, take the bet. But I won the bet already. I mean, I already won. He ain't gonna pay, so we gonna leave. I should ban him because he didn't pay the money to Willie. Yeah, because I took in the paperwork, and then he came up with some lie about, well, you cut and paste. Okay, brother. Okay, whatever the case may be, you cut and paste. Okay, Don, I'm done. Don, I'm done with you for the day.
No, you call me a liar.
You did
You
lie.
get Willie
You
Durham
did lie.
on the phone and say I didn't bring $1,000. You piece of
You
crap.
didn't give it to him. You lied. You lied. You're a liar. You did what you did. You should have left the money with him. I proved to you that I got paper from Fort Benning, Georgia. Paperwork from Fort Benning, Georgia. You just lied. I ain't mad at you. You're a liar. You just didn't pay the boy the money. Unless you take that $1,000 to Willie, then you're gonna be a liar until the end of time, because you lied. I ain't mad at you. Okay, you just lied. So I'm all right. I'm all right with that. You lied, lied, lied. I gave Willie the paperwork. Gave you the paperwork. You lied. You didn't pay me my money. That was rent money for that month. I figured I didn't have to pay the rent that month. I figured you gonna help a brother out. You lied. Almost got put out the house because I thought I was waiting on your money. Didn't get the money. Man, I tell you, I had to go out and wash dishes and all kind of things to get that money because I spent the money. I spent the money because I thought you. Don, what you want?
Where you want me to call me a liar?
Because you are a liar.
Where do you want me to call me a liar?
You didn't pay the money.
Where do you want me to call me a liar?
You too old for me to beat on.
Come on, let's go to Durham's office, wherever you want to meet.
Wait a minute. You too old for me to beat on.
You're a damn piece of crap.
Yeah, and use 1, 2. Use 1, 2. I ain't mad at you. You lied. You didn't give the money, brother. You can get mad all you want. Like I'm impugning your character. Right, I hear you, brother. Mm-hmm. But anyway, don't forget the show's been sponsored in part by One Stop Wireless, where you get more and you don't have to pay more. Okay? They're located at? In Montgomery, Alabama, at the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. That's right. 320-2988. And one of the things they do that I really like they actually can take your phone that you have, that you got hanging in the drawer someplace, and they can turn your phone on for you. Okay, I don't care. You had it a while, not a problem. You don't have to buy a new phone right now if you don't want to keep chasing the And who is this? And you don't have to keep chasing. You don't have to keep chasing. Let me hang that up. I don't take no more calls. So, and you don't have to keep buying different phones just because they came up with a new one. One Stop Wireless can help you out there. Bring your old phone in. They can do it. Or they even got some free phones at One Stop Wireless. Now, they got a limited amount, so you might want to call them before you go over there, see if they got any free ones left. 320-2988, 320-2988. And they'll help you out. So if you got an old phone in the house, a Samsung or whatever the case may be, and it's been off, they can put that phone on a different service, and they got rates that go from $25 a month to $45 a month. They even have this thing that you put in the car with you, or put anywhere in your house with you, and they give you wireless internet. Okay, I think it's like $45 a month. So, give them a call, see what they say. 320-2988, 320-2988. Okay? I'm just telling you, good folks, okay? And secondarily, let's say you have my other sponsor, let's say you have a computer. You got a computer and you're a business person. See, I'm not I work on people things at home. I don't really go to businesses. But my friends down here at, where they located at Montgomery Computer Services, located on Atlanta Highway. Okay, you can't beat them. At 277-6902. They open at 9 o'clock. They're down there now. Okay, well, they should be there in a couple minutes anyway. If you have a computer with problems, you're still trying to run your business on old software and old computers, you might want to call these guys, because sooner or later it's going to cost you money. Hard drives die like people. You don't depend on your computer. It is not a perfect machine. At some point, it will go down. Okay, and let Montgomery Computer Services handle your business, because when it comes to business, when you're down, it costs you money, either directly or indirectly. It costs you money. Okay, it does. So give those guys a call, 277-6902. Maybe it's time to get out of Windows XP. I know people. Trust me, I know people who are still using Windows XP. Okay, it's over. It's done with. Okay, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 8, it's over. You got to go to the new Windows, because the security issues and all the viruses that they're buying that they're making out there will bypass all the things you have on those old computers. So you might want to call these guys right now, 277-6902, set up an appointment or take your computer down to them. 277, they look at it, 5141 Atlanta Highway. And that's right next to HealthWise Food on Atlanta Highway on top of the hill right there, okay? Not that far from Faulkner, okay? So it's 5141 Atlanta Highway. If you have a business, you need to call them. And because when you go down, let them come out and do an assessment of what you have. Because when you go down, it costs money. When I go down, it don't cost me nothing but time. But when you go down, it costs money. And let me tell you something. In the computer business, it is always best to fix something before it falls, before it fails. Okay, back up your data. They can show you how to back up your data. How many of you business guys out there never back up data? And the minute the hard drive dies, oh God, I need this. I need it yesterday. How long it's been in there? 15 years. And they need it that bad. But if it is if it is important, you need to call these guys with Stewart, Christo, Mason down there at Montgomery Computer Services and let them come look at your stuff and see what you got. Okay, that's what they need to do. Okay, so you need to do that. If you're a business, you can't afford to go down. At least not without notice. Okay, I'm just saying. So give those guys a call. 277-6902, 277-6902. They're located at 5141 Atlanta Highway, 277-6902, right next to HealthWise Foods, okay? The guys up there. I'm just telling you, when you hear your hard drive clinking, it's too late, okay? You need to have a checkup from the neck up on your computers because they will die. And if you got a computer that's over 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, trust me, you are living on borrowed time. Okay, so give these guys a call. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you from some misery. Okay, and these guys are the best I know in town. They are the best. I'm shameless. What did what paperwork say? And that $40 million a missile. Whew. Troops getting ready to put boots on the ground. Then ran out of $40 million worth of missiles. Yeah, he has not handled this Iranian thing very well. I mean, there ain't nowhere in the world we should still be talking about fighting with them folks. But anyway, so much for that. He's commander in chief, and I'm not. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out. But I think, and I don't know why Congress won't get involved and say, listen. You haven't got it done. We calling this. We calling it. We give you a week. Are we calling this off? No more. We're not appropriating any more money. We're not doing anything because Congress is the person that decides who can determine who can make war. Presidents can't. Okay, one man can't make war. And for some reason, we are just ignoring the War Powers Act of 1972. It's 1972, 1974, where you could go somewhere for 2 months, 60 days. You have to get it done. If you can't get it done in 60 days, you have to go to Congress. I don't know why Congress has for the most part, have forgotten their obligation, forgot that it's their job to hold the president accountable and not the other way around. It's kind of like the city council here in Montgomery. The city council is where the power is, not the mayorship. But we often blame the mayor for everything when the city council lets it happen. Okay. So I don't know, but what it is. But anyway, Montgomery is a powerful city council and a not so powerful mayor. That's where it's supposed to be. But all the mayors from Farmer to Bobby Wright to Todd, they seem to have more power than the city council does sometimes. Anyway, I gotta go. Life is short, so do what you can where you got it, because you know what? It don't last forever. So it's time for me to go. And the lesson of life today is this. You can choose courage or you can choose comfort. But you can't have both of them. At least not at the same time. Remember that. And sometimes, it's like they say, do what's hard first, and everything else is easy. Gotta go. See you later. It's been a great day. 9:05. So I'm a little over, but that's okay. I can live with that. We'll replay the show later on today. For those who missed it, probably around 3:30, somewhere around there. All right? Gotta go. I gotta go take Z to breakfast so we can talk man stuff. Okay? Man stuff. I don't know what that means anymore, but he's his own man now. We're going to have man stuff over eggs. What we're going to do. See you later. Have a good one. And remember, it ain't the falling down to get you the strength. It's getting up each and every time you do. So the word of the day is getting up. Don't ever lay down and stay down. Get up. Keep moving. Oh, what the paperwork said it shows that my graduation from jump school. That's what it did. That's what it did. It said, Private E2 Elkins successfully completed the airborne course at Fort Benning, Georgia, March 1979. Oh, yeah. Old school, baby. I gotta go. Bye. Go pay the light bill. You are still here, time to get busy. Don't want them to turn off the air conditioning. Needs it. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. And only you can stop idiots. You are still here.